Welcome back to the Bite Time channel. Today, SABLE, Bon Iver, new release and end of the Bon Iver discography series? Question mark.
Maybe.
This is a brand new EP, just came out. This completely came out of nowhere. This happens on our channel way too much, where we do an old album and then all of a sudden the artist decides to release something new, and it happened with this, which is ridiculous. But yeah, we've gotten Speyside as a single. Have you listened to that?
I have not.
Okay.
I was going to, and then I saw that there was only 3
Yeah.
songs, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah. I have heard Speyside. I'll give my thoughts once we, listen to it, since there's not a lot of content to cover in this video.
Sure.
But yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere. Sounds like he's going back to more of a slightly traditional folk sound. Tons of marketing for this, which is interesting, considering the cover art is a square and we get 3 songs. So I'm a little skeptical that this is all he's doing. I feel like there's something around the bend that we don't know about yet. But I am very excited. I don't know if I have a lot more context to that. I'm sure he'll let us know what's going on in the music. So
Sure.
just jump in. The first one is not a song. It's just an ellipsis. So we'll just do that into things behind things behind things.
All right.
Masterpiece.
I would like the feeling, I would like the feeling, I would like the feeling gone. And what I see there resembles some competitive. I see things behind things behind things. And there are rings within rings within rings. I can't go through the motions, I can't go through the motions. How am I supposed to do this now? And there are rings within rings within rings. There are things behind things behind things. And there are rings within rings within rings.
Things behind things behind things.
And ...
And ... Don't forget
Lest
that one.
we forget. No, that was really, really great. When you said that he was going back to a folky sound, I almost didn't believe it. I'm like, wait, after 22 million and I.
Yeah.
And now he's going way back. But I'll take it because this is really, really great. For the first like half of the song, I was getting a lot of like Sufjan vibes, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know if I can point to like a specific song or album, but it just sounds like something that Sufjan would make. It definitely switched up a little bit about halfway through, maybe towards the outro when they added that steel guitar. And I'm like, okay, this is Bon Iver. But yeah, I mean, really great. I guess he's not, missed a beat.
No.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it sounds very different. Not like radically different, since we've obviously seen the transition between self-titled to 22 million. But like this feels like updated folk for the existentialism and dread of the 2020s, like Sufjan, Phoebe Bridgers, even some Mount Eerie stuff. Like putting things in stereo. We're having certain strings be in certain channels. Everything feels very cleaned up. Even his vocals, he's doing like his lower timbre a lot.
Hmm.
I think one of the things I had, I don't know if an issue with, but like took a little bit of adjusting on Space Side was like, it sounds like his vocals are still in a Taylor Swift song because they feel like they're like processed a lot more than they used to be, which is a change. But this whole thing kind of sounds like that. It has the warmth of Bon Iver, but it's not the actual warmth that we're used to. Everything
Not the
feels a little
raw.
bit different. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think the song sounds great. I love the kind of even lyric wise, he's not like psychedelic out of his mind. It seems like he's
Oh,
very shooting straight with this stuff. I love the kind of talking about like universality and how everything has layers, and that can be a cool thought or a terrifying thought. And I think the instrumental backed that up perfectly. I love just kind of like this almost rotating feeling you get when you're listening to the song. It's really great. So, yeah,
yeah.
good start. Okay, Space Side, track 3.
It serves to suffer, make a hole in my foot, and I hope you look as I fill my book. Oh, what a waste of wood. Nothing's really happened like I thought it would. Yeah, what is wrong with me? Man, I'm so sorry. I got the best of me. I really damn been on such a violent spree. But maybe you can still make a man from me, here on Space Side Key. I really know now what had hold on me.
Space Side.
I could have been listening to that for weeks. I'm so sad.
I know.
Oh man, that is great. Yeah, this feels like really old. Like this feels like Harvest, like Neil Young. Definitely not a bad thing. Man, I don't even know how to put to words. That was like, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. That was so good. But this is like my jam, dude, and acoustic guitar, really soft folk. Like, man, it's everything I love. And he's not being all weirdo. Like I can actually kind of understand what's going on. Like, not that I don't like the weirdo stuff, but I don't know. There's just such an emotion to this song that I really, really like. Just great.
Yeah, I think as a comeback song, this is like perfect. We got the couple of singles in 2020. They were more like I focused. There was a little bit of expansion on that sound, but it was mostly just for random drops, it seemed. But
Yeah.
this coming back and like, I think really makes a statement because you're like, you're back with just an acoustic guitar. Granted, there are some fancy stereo panning and everything that just sounds gorgeous, but like it sounds like he's just back to the roots of what he was trying to do. And it
Yeah.
seems like a real resurgence for whatever he's trying to do with this project going forward. I think vocally this track is phenomenal as well. I like it more than the last track when it comes to vocals. It seems so more dynamic. I like when he uses his low and high register and just really plays with his full range.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the push and pull of the song and everything is just gorgeous. It's really fantastic. It's weird because it took me a while to really grow on me, just because like the mixing and everything was a little bit stark. I was like, whoa, this sounds like you're on a Taylor Swift record a little bit still.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it now, and I do really love this. So, yeah, fantastic. Alrighty, last track already.
What?
Award season.
Oh, Kendrick opened his mouth.
I can handle way more than I can handle. So I keep reaching for the handle to flood my heart. And the Spaniard and song that I have pandered to is always handing me the anvil, saying that's for you. What was pain, now is gain. A new path gets laid, and you know what is great, and nothing stays the same. Felt you through me, and every clue you threw me, pointing at me, asking who me. What a start. Oh, but maybe things can change. What can wax can wane. Things can get replayed, and if it's all the same, why do things gotta change? We were on our way to be best to face all that comes in gray. It's so hard to explain, and the facts are strange, but you know what will stay, everything we've made.
Award season.
Well, that was pretty good. Kind of a departure from the first two songs, but I thought it was. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's just him singing and then like a little bit of drone in the background. Like it is the most minimal a song can be, pretty much, in the folk space. Until it does eventually blow up and do that big sound explosion with the saxophone, which I'm sure you enjoyed.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know, not as good as the first two songs, but it's there, and it's all right.
Yeah, I think I like that one a lot. I think I'll have to listen to it a couple more times. It's hard with a song on a first reaction with that, because you're waiting for something to happen because you expect something, and then nothing really comes. But I did really enjoy it. I do love how minimal it is. I feel like he doesn't get minimal often, so something like this is really fun. We just listened to Blood Bank, where Woods has no instrumentation and it's just his voice. This is almost the same thing. And I don't know. I do really like the way he was kind of going through the verses. I thought the scheme was really nice. The instrumental build with the saxophones and organs was just gorgeous. And that kind of organ making a drone underneath was really nice. This definitely seems like like we're setting the tone for something. Like this is a very important track to him, and we're not too sure what it could be relating to. I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's a really unique outro, and it's a cool direction for him, because I think his voice is strong enough to stand on its own like that. And I do really like the pace of like a really slow outro like that. So yeah, I don't know. The little build at the end makes me think something else is coming. Maybe I'm just coping because like it makes sense. There's so much marketing budget for this thing. They hired a beautiful black and white photographer and videographer to do all of the photography and promo for this. And there's 3 tracks that we get. There has to be something more.
I don't know.
So, but that is Sable.
A Sable, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I think for his first, thing in like 5 years, I feel like, I mean, yeah, like I said, after Things Behind Things, like hasn't missed a beat. Like he's still got it. I think, yeah, I'm kind of with you. This doesn't really seem like a big comeback thing, especially everything he's poured into it. Like it does feel a little weird, but also it does feel substantial enough to like release as its own thing. It's this weird kind of in between where it doesn't feel like all that for this, but also what we got was pretty G dang good.
Right.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens after this, but I mean, those 3 songs pretty good. So I'm not mad or
No.
anything. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad to get new Bon Iver music.
Exactly. I think this is a pretty great comeback. Just like setting the tone of like, this is kind of the sound I'm going for. If this turns into anything great, if it doesn't, I think it's still a great collection of tracks. I think this is like, after II, it's a little bit like, okay, where do you go from here? I wasn't really a
Right.
big fan of that record. And then this, like, it feels like a breath of fresh air. It doesn't feel like complete reinvention, but it feels like an update to the folk sound, like as of today. I think a lot of
Yeah.
artists are kind of playing in the soundscape, but this is still like distinctly Bon Iver. It just feels updated for today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all these songs are really great. I feel like Things Behind Things will probably turn into my favorite out of these. Space Side is great. An award season is going to take more listens, but yeah, this is a pretty great EP. I'm so glad it's here, and it's in fall too, where it deserves to be. So
It's perfect. Yeah.
yes, yeah. With that we conclude the Bon Iver discography up until this point. We'll see if anything else happens. We'll
Yeah.
probably make a recap video of all of them, including the 2 EPs. But if you want to listen to any of those reactions, all of them are on the channel. So
Yeah.
they're there for you. But other than that, next week we got new Soccer Mommy. I think Evergreen was that record.
I think that sounds correct.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I miss Soccer Mommy.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. And then we got Cemetery the week after that.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is next.
Yes. But we also got Father John Misty coming out late November. So we got that.
Mahash Mashana.
Mahash Mashana. So a lot of stuff coming still. This year is not letting up. Like people are still announcing things, and there's still major albums coming out. Usually at this point in the year, it's our time where we can like sit back and reflect and start getting lists kind of crafted and thoughts put together. But I feel like this is going to go till the very end. So
Yeah. Plus the weekend might drop before
The Weeknd.
year ends too.
Tyler's coming out this month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. But stay tuned. We have a podcast.
We sure do.
Yes.
We talk about movies, video games, television programs, and what we're listening to right now.
Great.
So maybe stuff that we won't get to for a long time, or in some cases we'll probably never talk about on the channel, or at least we collectively won't talk about it on the channel. But yeah, we're doing a Halloween marathon over there. I'm watching George Romero movies, and you're listening to spooky albums. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun. So check it out now.
That's it. Bye.